All right, good evening and welcome to this special edition of the Midwest Music Hour. We're here tonight live at the Bertsch Barn with Hannah Wallace, and you might want to grab the audio on that. Just on the side there. Yeah. Sorry about that. I'll edit that out. Lots of editing to do. We're here live from the Bertsch Barn with Hannah Wallace and Sam Ness playing some songs off of Hannah's forthcoming release. It's all off of Wander North Records, which is a new project started by Sam Ness. Stoked to have him here in the barn tonight, and stoked to bring you a little candid conversation and some tunes from that project. So we're going to go to the artist right now up on the stage, and we're going to get into a song, and then we'll settle in and see how the scotch is flowing. How does that sound, guys? Sound good?
Good.
All right.
Okay. You are bittersweet like coffee, but you're not sweet enough for me. And I'll get that buzz of always love, but it'll only stain my teeth. And when I crash, I'm always too tired to do anything but sleep. And so I'll drink another cup of you, and I'll keep trying to breathe. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. 'Cause I'm tired and I can't sleep. 'Cause you were running through all of my veins. And every word you say to me is driving me insane. Oh, so don't follow me anymore. Please don't stick around. Don't make me feel guilty. You did this to yourself. I have been waiting for you to turn around, but you are staying in place. I have been waiting for you to change, but you are stuck in your ways. So please don't stay if you're gonna be that way. And please don't stay and take all of my happy away. 'Cause I'm tired and I can't sleep. 'Cause you were running through all of my veins. And every word you say to me is driving me insane. Oh, so don't follow me anymore. Please don't stick around. Don't make me feel guilty. You did this to yourself. That's called Coffee Song. That's an old song.
How old is that song?
I wrote that when I was 16, and I'm now 22.
Oh,
So
6 years. I've got boots older than that. That's something Tuck Pence would say. Oh, that's awesome, though.
Thank you.
When did you start writing music, Hannah?
I was probably 14. I just decided one day. I was like, I don't want to do the regular working the job and getting up early and doing the same thing every single day. And I was like, I'm gonna be a musician. And then I just decided to. And then I bought I was gonna buy a guitar, and then my dad gave me one instead. And then it was history from there.
Right on, Dad. Thanks, Dad.
Yeah, something like that.
When did you and Sam Ness cross paths and meet?
What was it, like 2
A
years?
couple years ago now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was working at Racy Delane's coffee shop in Eau Claire. Super awesome place. And one of my coworkers told Sam about me, and he came in one day with a guitar, and he got a coffee, and I have tendonitis, and I was wearing my braces, and I made some joke about like, I'm a musician with tendonitis, and he was like, oh, you're a musician, are you? And I was like, I mean, sorta. And he was like, well, I got my guitar, you should play something. And then I was like, okay, fine, but you gotta play something first. And then we all just sat in the coffee shop playing songs back and forth, and everybody in there was just like, whoa, like this is so cool. And he was like, hey, I'm playing a show in 2 weeks, you should come play with me. And I was like, heck yeah, dude, I haven't played shows in forever, like I want to do that. And then we played that show, and it was super fun, and everybody from Racy's came to see it, and and then he was like, we gotta put your music out there, we gotta make that a thing. And then here we are 2 years later with a label and an album. And
I remember sitting there listening to her music, and I was like, this is awesome. I was like, this is great. Where can I listen to this? Like, I'm on the road a lot. I need to hear this like more as I'm living my everyday life. And I was like, where is it? She's like, nowhere. And I was like, why? She's like, well, I haven't recorded it. I'm like, well, we're gonna fix that. Here we are.
yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
Went up to Baraboo.
You recorded in Baraboo?
Yeah, the first
Or-
kind of actually that tune, the recording that we have from that was recorded in Baraboo. Came down and just like jammed through a bunch of acoustic stuff, and we ended up kind of layering some things over it, and then we went back and we're like, we want to make it bigger, like bigger, more everything. And so we ended up doing some of those tunes in bigger versions. Some of them we left, but recorded kind of the second half of this album in Ripon, Wisconsin, actually. So, and we had some players out of like Nashville adding parts, and out of Chicago. So like, there's so many parts of this, this new record of hers. That's, there's a lot of components. I'm just excited to share it with everyone.
Has it been difficult, the recording process, given the global pandemic and times and stuff like that? Has that impeded, or has that offered like unknown other opportunities? Like you talk about, musicians from Nashville and whatnot.
Yeah.
Flying and stuff has been made a lot easier, connecting with session players and whatnot.
Right.
Was that sort of something that was a nice like fringe benefit of not being able to travel and everything, or is that something that you've maybe done before in the past, hooked up with that?
Yeah, I mean, I've done some like sending tracks out and having folks play on it a little bit, and yeah, definitely with the pandemic, both things, it helped and hurt it, where, there were some folks that we really wanted to get in on the record that, were either living with folks that were at risk, or, so we couldn't get them in on the sessions. But then at the same time, like, we were able to use some of these spaces that are usually like, commercial spaces, and
Yeah.
like get it for 4 days or 5 days. And it's really, take every blessing we can get.
Yeah. Playing shows is like the biggest thing, I think. Like with COVID, it's so hard to be safe about it, and it's kind of a struggle, but it's I don't know. I'm excited for the vaccines. Super stoked to get mine.
Cheers to that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding. And that's why we kind of, we ended up doing like a Kickstarter campaign to get the ball rolling with the project. and I think we put on there that the album was going to come out in February,
Yeah.
or like early February. That was our plan. And with COVID stuff, I'm like, well, we can't tour right now anyway to like promote the album and get folks, knowing about it. And so I'm like, well, we got a little more time. I'm like, oh, we got a little more time. And now I'm like, how about May? May's good.
Yeah.
Those floating deadlines,
Yeah.
and that, Hannah, that's exactly what you wanted without like the normal 9 to 5. You wanted your own schedule. You wanted that flexibility with being an artist and whatnot. So
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I can't do this. Everything starts to become the same, and you just start to slowly venture into madness. And I'd so much rather be having fun every day and like meeting people and just making stuff and having time and energy to make stuff, because I'm not working 40 hours a week, and because I get really tired really fast. the heist with the headphones.
we have a great photo of Hannah that we were going back over, like, we had a couple takes of every song, so we're like going back and listening, and all of us, we're like, oh yeah, the drums in that, a lot of energy, but I don't know about the tone of the guitar. And then I look over and Hannah has her studio cans on, and she's just on a table, just out cold. We're like, Hannah, what do you think? Okay, we'll come back to it.
you really worked her.
I was so tired. You didn't let me sleep for like 2 days. Worth it. Worth every second of it, though.
You can hear it in the recordings, a little bit of madness.
Oh yeah, It's nice to have that energy present. And and was that the nature of the recording session, so as to say, madness in the studio there, in addition to flying in some parts from elsewhere, or were there other individual sessions that occurred outside of that madness, that you had to revisit? I guess because it doesn't, when people talk about doing a traditional recording, or putting out an album, I mean, obviously a lot of that has kind of gone out the window in terms of that nature because of what's happened, but was it more fragmented than that in terms of, here's a session, 2 days we're hammering this out, these people are going to put it on, down in there, and then we're going to come back to it with some other parts, and
Yeah.
I very much have like a philosophy when it comes to recording, and it's something that I have borrowed parts from my good friend Nate Meng, who runs a label in Madison called Sunday Night Records, and he would bring in some of us to like do session stuff, and the rule was you got to hear the song when you walked into the room for the first time. And so he would set up all the mics and get it ready, and then you got to hear the song. You get to like sit and listen to it, and then the second listen through, the mics are on as you're playing, and so you get to like tinker a little bit and settle into some parts or whatever. And so the first part, there's like a lot of magic, and then they roll it again. Second time, there's you're starting to ease into some habits or some like actual parts that you're thinking ahead on, and then come take 3, it's you're there, you're locked in, but you've lost the magic, the beauty of hearing it for the first time. And so then he'll usher everyone outside and have a smoke break or something, and then you come back in and you get 1 take, and then that's it. And then that's just what's on the album.
That's what we did with Tell Me.
We did that on quite a bit with this album, because then it's fresh again, but you still have the parts there, and it's not you don't get to think very much about it. And so there's a lot of like you get to hear like the real soul of the individual player, and because we all make our own versions of mistakes, or our own like and so I tried really hard to find a good group of people that they're amazing people that I brought like in on this project to play with Hannah. And
Second that.
They vibe so well that I wanted to capture that magic where I sent the tracks to them before they got there, but we got there and I'm like, all right, take 1, take 2, step outside, all right, roll it, this is it. So a lot of it is still really like it's raw, and there's I guess I got excited about that question. I like but
No.
if you want to add anything.
No, I don't know. It was pretty magical going up to Ripon. But I don't really have any. This was my first real experience recording. Really, like, I've had a couple of times with like old bands and stuff where we went to little tiny studios or whatever and just messed around. But this was my first time like having some guidance, you know, and I think that was really awesome. And I don't know, I think that's why "Tell Me" is my favorite song on the album, because we just kind of it was on rehearsal day. We recorded it because we got all the stuff set up, all the recording equipment, and then we were like in the middle of stuff, and I just started screwing around, and it was a song that I never really, I had ideas in my head, but I never played it for anyone because it just sounded so empty with just me and my guitar. And then I just started playing it, and like everyone started joining in, and then it was just oh, it was so great. It was so cool. And then our sound guy Deuster was like, you guys want to record it? Like, we were playing it out, but let's do it. And I was like, okay. And, like, you can hear me giggle in the beginning of the track because I'm just like, okay, like, let's go. And it was so cool. And, like, that's the only track that we stuck with the original vocals from Rippin', because we redid a lot of it later. Just me and Sam. And, like, when we recorded some of the, like, solo songs, too. But, I don't know, that one's special in my heart. For that reason.
There's a track, that "Tell Me" is which is that specific song when we started, working on it. I remember went to like pick up some food down the street, and I walked back in right as like everyone was kind of like honing in on the fact that like Hannah was jamming on something, and I see everyone kind of like gravitating towards her, and like someone like comes and like picks up their instrument, picks up bass, and is like, what's the chords on that?
Yeah.
And I'm kind of like, I got pizza, and like there's like a drums kind of join in a little bit, and then Chad jumps on the keys, and then I'm like, oh man, there's something happening right now. This is really cool. And we ran it once, and then I was like, all right, so what's the structure? It's like this, and then this, and this, like Deuster, all right, turn on the mics, man. Let's make this happen.
Yeah.
And super raw, super in the moment, and you can definitely hear it on that track, specifically on that album. I think that's one of my favorites too.
It's my favorite. They're my favorite.
And not one that we planned on recording. It's just like, that's the magic, when you don't have a plan to record an album, and you just put a bunch of cool people in a room with a whiskey and just be like, okay, mics are on, do something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, and what do you do with that? If you hit take number 3, and I mean, are you using bits and pieces then from 1, 2, and 3? Or is 3 kind of like you either hit it out of the park, or maybe we come back a different day?
Yeah.
Or it seems it seems like it works, but I think it's like a huge gamble, like there you are in the studio, and like if you're limited to that, like what happens if a guy like me goes in there and just like tanks it or something,
Yeah.
then, whoa, wasted time, all that sort of stuff. But
I trust my friends, I trust the players that are coming in, and there's little bits and pieces that we can kind of patch a little bit, but overall, like the heart of it, I want to keep untouched. We went back and we did some vocal, things, and we did some, like we added layers later on, different, like the folks out of Nashville, and added a little bit more guitar here and there, but like the bones of those songs are in that moment. So
it's a beautiful thing. I'm totally stoked to hear it.
Thanks, dude.
Is there another song that you want to play that one? Or did you have something else in mind?
I mean, that one's kind of a full band thing. But
Okay, sure.
I don't know if
Sure.
we can.
we can't recreate that
But there's
without
one
a...
real close to that feel called "Worry." You want to do that one?
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
And I worry that you're gonna leave one day. And I worry that everyone I love is gonna go away. And I worry that I'll never stop worrying and wondering what's happening to me. So hold on like I'm gonna slip away. I got ropes around my legs, pulling harder every day. And hold on like I'm gonna fade away. Things are going up in flames, burning more and more every day. And I won't fake any more smiles, 'cause I'm no good at faking anyway. Oh, I'm having a bad day. And all I ever did was try and try again. But trying doesn't always mean that you ever get to win. And I want to be better, be better, be better than I am. But I am starting to think that I will never get there. So hold on like I'm gonna slip away. I got ropes around my legs, pulling harder every day. Hold on like I'm gonna fade away. Things are going up in flames, burning more and more every day. And I won't fake any more smiles, 'cause I'm no good at faking anyway. Oh, I'm having a bad day. Thank you.
I like that song a lot.
That's an old song too.
That was kind of the same thing when we started. When we started, like the demos for it, she had come down to Baraboo and we recorded like a version of it that was this kind of cool like gypsy jazz kind of feel, and then we got all the guys in the room and they're like, "Cool, how about we rock on this?" Okay. And like we took it to a completely different place. It's almost like a different song, and
Yeah.
that recording, there's some sort of magic that's in it that I, when I hear it, I'm like, I don't know what happened in that moment, but like
We had a lot of fun with that one.
Yeah,
like
we did.
we like messed with it a lot, and it just kind of morphed into its own thing, and like we changed the melody just a little bit. Like when it's just me and you, it's like the original how it was written, like just acoustic version, but with the full band, it's like this own. I love it. I love what you guys did with it.
Is there an element of like scariness to that too? Like, obviously you trust the people that you're bringing in, and they're cool cats and good musicians and stuff like that. But Hannah, as a songwriter and whatnot, is there some point of that where you have a hesitancy to kind of give that up to the process, or I mean, it sounds like in this case it was more or less like, this is cool.
Yeah.
But is there a moment like that for you, maybe in other circumstances, where you're like, I really like set on how the song originally was, or I'm not so sure that I want it to be something, different or more,
Yeah.
I don't.
No, I think a lot of that is it really depends on who you're with, because because with me it's usually just me and my guitar or my ukulele, or me and my one instrument, right? There's not much I can do layering wise to broaden that spectrum, and like I can't play drums. Like I don't know the first thing, so if I am with a drummer and I'm like, hey man, like this is my song and this is kind of the feel I'm going for, we can usually, I trust them and their instrument to help me out, because when you have a lot, and it's more than just like the song itself. When you write music and you're showing it to other people and you're jamming and you're having a good time, because it turns into, like, it's magic, like you said, like you can feel it when you really get something, and I don't know the words, but like it's when you really jive with somebody, it's super 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 awesome.
Yeah, I think some of those songs I was kind of set like, oh man, this song is so good, like
Yeah.
really like slow, and there was another fellow that we were recording with. It's like, no, let's pick it up, let's really go for it. And I was like, no man, and we kept like pulling at each other for some tempo stuff. And I'm like, in retrospect, so thankful that I trust, like I said, like I trust everyone that's there. And I think that if I would have like had full lead on it, it would have been too slow, and if he would have had full lead on it, it would have been way too fast. And like we met in this cool like in between ground on a lot of these songs that, listening back, I'm like, whoa, I would have never thought of that specific vibe if it weren't for that kind of trade-off. So
And that's another thing too, like when you're working with other musicians and you come up with stuff together than you ever would have by yourself, and it's greater than the sum of its parts, you know what I mean? And it's just pure magic, my guy. It's awesome.
For sure. Yeah, because, I think there's some type of energy going into it, no matter if you've got full confidence in somebody, or maybe they're like a musical hero and you've got like a cool session where you get to bring them in, or, you just never know, right? And so
yeah.
there's always just that moment where you're like, oh gosh, I really hope this works, and then when it does,
I'm not really that picky either, though. Like I hear all these ideas in my head whenever I'm writing a song, and like, yeah, there's some that I've written that's like, I kind of really just want this to be like real simple guitar and me and slow and sad, but then most of the time it's like, oh, if only I had like somebody here to play this one little thing that I'm hearing in my head. And it's like when you actually have somebody there and you can both bounce off each other with that stuff, and it's awesome. But
you mentioned that your dad gave you the guitar and you kind of went from there, that type of thing. Were there music teachers that you had, favorite artists that you listened to that were inspiring you to like playing along with their records when you were starting out and all that sort of stuff?
I mean, not really. Like, my family are mostly like traditional paper artists or canvas artists, or like that's the type of art that comes from my family if they are artists. But no one's a musician. I think my grandpa was. I never got to meet him though. 'Cause he had guitars, and that's where my dad got that guitar, I believe. It's kind of lost in the history though, so don't quote me on that. But no, I was quite the little emo kid back in the day, so a lot of it was just like, I want to be a freaking rock star, and like I want to jam, and I want to go on tours and be like, super cool, and just playing a lot along with like pop punk stuff, mostly growing up, or like acoustic versions of that stuff. And there's I like a lot of different kinds of music too, so not just that, but a lot of it was like, I was an emo kid and I want to be a rock star. The whole image when you're 16,
Sure.
But
Yeah, because some people are listening to public radio growing up. Other people are top 40 people. Or some people are like, I listen to country music all the time, or I'm totally on the rap station.
Yeah.
Some people get pigeonholed, and it's always interesting to see and hear like you're listening to emo music, but that's like a huge genre of stuff.
Basically, if it's like, if the words and the feel of it is relatable to me, I'll probably like it, and it doesn't really matter what genre it is. Like, I've never been super strict about, oh, I only listen to alternative rock music.
They must wear mascara.
Yeah, I don't like you do your thing, man. Like I want to see what you made and hear what you created, and it's therapy for me, you know. Because honestly, without music, I probably wouldn't be here right now. But it's no, I was never really a top 40s fan though. I will say that. Not to say I don't like pop music, but like, it's just, I'd rather find it on my own terms, you know.
Absolutely. You got another song in there that you'd like to share?
Sure.
What's the name of this one, and where does this one come from?
We can do. You want to do 16? Talking about getting my guitar when I was a youngin', and so this song is called 16. I wrote it when I was 16, and it's about being 16. I will get lost in the back of my mind with all my memories. I will get lost, and your sudden movements and angry voice scare me. 'Cause we are just a bunch of borderline suicidal kids saying, please, friend, hold on. I just want each and every one of you to be okay. Okay. 'Cause I'll do something stupid and I won't go tell my mom, and forget talking to dad, 'cause that relationship's long gone. And my friends are the main reason that I write these silly songs, and maybe also so that I can play them late at night to my bedroom walls. And I will stay alive just so that I can prove them wrong, and maybe also help another kid like me feel better with a song. And I will work every day on my mind and move along, and I'll take another bad day and I'll turn it into a song. Oh. When I get sad, I like to think of those nights we had. We'll have cake parties in my art room, and I'll pass out on the floor, and you will carry me to bed. Oh, I want that for us in 10 years. So God, I hope this all works out. 'Cause I'll do something stupid and I won't go tell my mom, and forget talking to dad, 'cause that relationship's long gone. And my friends are the main reason that I write these silly songs, and I went to them and I laid at night to my bedroom walls. And I will stay alive just so that I can prove them wrong, and maybe also help another kid like me feel better with a song. And I'll work every day on my mind and move along, and I'll take another bad day and I'll turn it into a song. Oh. get lost and you will find me and you will make me a home, because home is wherever I find happiness, and I find that in you. Thank you.
I don't know if too often people consider the gravity that a song, the impact that a song can have on somebody. And you talk about the healing nature of music and, some of the subject matter of your song, working through difficulties and struggles and hoping that other people find their path, through that, whatever they're going through. A lot of times music's about the beat and it's about the party and we want to dance, you know, and that can have its place, certainly. But what a cool thing to be able to share your journey and to work through, things in your life through music, and to be able to share that with other people and hope that they find some way of working through whatever they're going through,
Yeah.
It's a pretty, it's a cool gift.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what music was for me growing up. Like, now, forever. Like, been through some stuff, and it's nice to be able to go listen to a song and somebody actually puts all of your worries and feelings and all that into words, because not too great at talking about it sometimes, or like making the words happen on the spot, but like just sitting down with your guitar and just like feeling your feelings and writing some songs and singing it out and writing it down and getting it just how you want it and have it actually make sense. And I don't know, once you put stuff out into words, it's real too, Yeah. And then if somebody else can benefit from that, that'd be awesome.
We had talked a little bit about, the day that I met Hannah, and that specific day, I'm working on a book right now, and part of that is about kind of following the philosophical breadcrumbs of life. Of like, sometimes I get these weird little feelings that I'm like, I don't know why I need to do this right now, but I'm gonna do this thing. And I had typed out a post on my phone on Facebook, and I wanted to say, hey guys, I really want to connect to more female artists. I feel like there's not very many of them in my like iTunes, playlists, and I'm like, I feel like I'm missing something there, and I want to be able to, just listen to more artists, and then I like was just about to post it, like, does anyone have any recommendations? But then I was like, that might be taken the wrong way of like, I don't like female artists,
Yeah.
And so I decided to delete it, and I went to go get a coffee, and I never bring my guitar with me. Like, I don't want to be like the kid that shows up at a party, with like, hey, can I play you a song?
Yeah.
And so
I do
that day,
Like, hey.
that specific day, I was like, I don't know why. I'm not going to play this. I don't want to play this, but like, I need to bring it with me. And I go to that cafe every day when I'm in town, and I'm in Eau Claire quite a bit. And
It's home away from home.
yeah, it is really a home away from home. And so I brought my guitar, and I've got it on my back, and I walked in, and I was like, the only barista that I haven't met. And I heard that there's a musician that works here.
No
And
way.
she said something like about, playing music, and I was like, so can I hear a song? And yeah, here we are. But, that is my thing with Hannah's music, is just like, it is relatable. And yeah, thanks for letting me play with you.
Thanks for showing up.
What's the name of your album going to be?
Learn to love me.
Learn to Love Me.
Yeah.
And the official drop date is
Tuesday 18th
Of
of
May.
May. I only bolded the Tuesday 18 part, so that I'm sorry.
Yeah, it'll be dropping
worries.
just a couple days before we're on the road. Actually, you know,
you guys are going to go out on a little tour to promote and whatnot.
Yeah,
and-
we're gonna be hitting a lot of
First one
towns,
ever.
and yeah, we're gonna be hitting like Baraboo area and Madison and Eau Claire and like yeah, hopefully up here we're gonna be hitting a lot of places. So if folks are interested, you can go to www.facebook.com/Hannah Wallace Music, or it will be on my page too, www.facebook.com/Sam Ness Musician. And there's probably links for that on this video. Sorry, maybe that was.
I put them up there. I certainly did.
Thanks.
To the Instagram, yeah, the ones that you sent me, right?
Yeah.
We got a Facebook for Hannah Wallace and the Instagram account. for-
Yeah, so folks
Also.
can find those shows, and we're going to be selling hard copies of that. It's going to be out online on streaming platforms, Spotify, iTunes, not SoundCloud, a lot of them, but all the things. Yeah.
all the things, all the places. Nice. You've got all those dates booked right now, or are you're still
Yes,
booking?
We
You still got
do have most of them. Like we have kind of where we're going to be. We're still filling a couple holes. We didn't want to do too much promo for it until we had all the dates lined up. So,
Sure.
but yeah, we do have a couple confirmed. We will for sure be hitting Madison, for sure Baraboo, for sure Eau Claire, Greater Eau Claire area, a couple shows. Yeah.
Right on. Hannah, we talked about your like inspirations when you were growing up and everything. Are there other musicians in maybe the regional scene that you are aware of now that you look up to or appreciate or enjoy? Or I mean, he's sitting right over there, Sam, right?
Thanks.
Lizzie Diane is really cool.
Okay.
Ovessa. I don't know if you guys have heard of her.
Yeah.
I don't really know what she's doing right now, but I used to play with someone before I met Sam, and we would play a lot of shows with Lizzie. She's super awesome. Played some shows with Nostromo. He does like drone metal guitar stuff, and he doesn't sing at all. He's really cool.
Obviously, like Eau Claire is a major like hub of
There's
music.
so many people.
So
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, like Eau Claire is a really cool hub for meeting a lot of those really cool musicians too. They've got a cool like house show scene, kind of like DIY scene, and I think that's why I spend so much time there. I do a lot of busking in Eau Claire, and it's yeah. I always had a deep down I knew I would meet my favorite musician in Eau Claire. So here we are.
Cheese ball,
that's awesome. I love it. Let's talk about the artwork a little bit for the album. You mentioned that most of your family are like visual artists and
Not
paints and
most of them.
all the rest of them.
No, not like if they're artists, that's what they do. Not that there's a lot of them.
Oh, not that they.
Yeah, I'm
okay.
sorry. No, it's
Thank you for that point of clarification.
it's sorry.
The ones that are artists are visual artists.
Yes. That was what was your question?
Oh, well, I wasn't sure if you had one of them maybe do the artwork for the album, or you doing the artwork for
It
the
is
album.
awesome. It's really cool.
Yeah, that sounds very cool.
I have some touch-ups to do, but I did the cover.
Okay.
Um,
Is there a concept that you can describe for people?
there's a moon, like a crescent moon, and it's me and my kitty cat just chilling,
Nice.
and I'm like playing with a flower because I do that. And there's like cute little cartoony stars, and then it's like the word. It's pretty simple, but I think it's cute. 'Cause Sam was like, put a photo of you, and I was like, I'm not putting a picture of my face on an album about how sad I am to be me. So you can have me, but not.
Yeah.
My friend Nathan came up with that idea, so that's on you, Nathan.
Right on. Yeah, this will be is it going to be the first one? This is your debut album.
This is my first scotch, my first interview, my first tour, my first album.
Oh,
Very nervous.
Yeah.
this is super cool.
You folks are hearing it first.
Fantastic. Well, all the more reason for me to be excited about having you here in the barn tonight.
Aw,
Thanks so
thank you.
much, Sam, for getting a hold of me and letting me know what you had cooking on and the stove there, and I'm glad we could arrange this today. This is way cool.
Yeah, me too. Thanks for having us. Really appreciate it.
You're really cool.
Oh, it's only just chilly in here because of the weather. You know that.
I will fight you and I will win.
We do have time. You guys got another song maybe in there that you'd like be able to share?
Yeah. You want to do Alone?
It's warm up there though, right? You got
Oh,
that,
yeah.
you got that heater cranking. And,
I don't really
perfect.
get cold.
okay. Oh, and what's the name of this one?
This is called Alone. This one's also on the album. Sam put really pretty little things in there, and I'm really happy with it.
I wake up a lot of times with this song stuck in my head, and like it's just like it's the melody just kind of is like haunting through my dreams. You know, I wake up and it's there somewhere, and yeah, I don't know if that made any sense, but
No. I'm proud that I wrote something capable of such magic. Happiness is madness, and my mind is her home, polluted by the sadness that lingers all around, and anger feels like sorrow underneath it all, and sorrow feels like breaking emptiness as I fall. And you should be here next to me, and I'll trace the outlines of your body, and you'll tell me that I look beautiful. Oh, and I'll say thanks, love, but I won't believe you at all. Oh, and I don't want this anymore, even though you did nothing wrong. I just have an ugly soul. Maybe I was meant to be alone. Alone. So I sought out the arms of another, and I let go again and again. For if I find myself a lover, I have to fit right in. So please let there be a person to hold close to me at night. This loneliness is killing me slowly, and my heart is drifting like a kite. And you should be here next to Oh, and I'll say thanks, love, but I won't believe you at all. Oh, and I don't want this anymore, even though you did nothing wrong. I just have an ugly soul. Maybe I was meant to be alone. Alone. Oof, I'm not nervous. It's fine.
No
Thank
worries.
you.
That's a beautiful song. A lot of beautiful songs here today. Thank you so much for being here and sharing them. And we're going to follow the links to learn more about Hannah Wallace and her music. And you can find them right there in the description here of the tagline. Yes, for tonight's event. And it's well. Let's see. Is there anything more that I want to know from you? Let's see. Well, I should ask you if there's anything else you would like to share.
No. I'm really anxious right now. Not gonna lie.
Sam, how you doing? Is there anything else that I missed that you would like everyone to know?
I'm just really excited.
Yeah, that too.
That I'm excited that I feel like stumbling along my little path of life, I discovered, I was like, how has no one just come and scooped up Hannah Wallace, and just I was like, that started, I've always really enjoyed recording other people, and I've always really enjoyed routing tours for people or jumping on shows with other people. I really like collaboration. I really
This
like
man has one of the biggest hearts I've ever seen. I'm just
thanks.
Yeah.
Shoot, buddy. Yeah, and I wanted to to get the ball rolling on this project, but it made me thinking while we were through the process of the project, that I was like, I want to keep doing this, and I want to keep finding talent and showing the world, showing Wisconsin to start, and so that brought about the launch of my brand new record label, Wander North Records, and yeah, that's kind of my goal. I wander north as I'm north right now for the winter, and my time in Scotland, I wandered north through the Highlands when I was feeling lost, and I just stuck my thumb out and on we went, and I wanted to bring that spirit to now help other folks wander their own north,
Yeah.
wander north, whatever that means for them, and I'm really honored to be able to have the honor to record this project with Hannah. So, and to launch that label. So, folks that like what's going on here, we're going to be launching a new website and a Facebook and all that. That's not up right now, but it will be in time for the release for the label Wander North. So, I just wanted to share that.
Right on. Yeah, it's what an amazing thing to be able to do. Help out other artists, and even just when you stumble upon somebody that you really are enthusiastic about what they're doing, to take that a step further. Wish you all the best, and can't wait to hear the album when it comes out. And
Thank you.
yeah, and good luck to your label as well. I mean, I think you're on the right path with that. It sounds like a wonderful thing, because that's what we need more of. We need more of people willing to get together with other people and collaborate and share the art that other people have.
I like to tell Sam all the time that he made my dreams come true, because honestly, I don't have the skill set as of right now to have done any of this by myself, and Sam just showed up in my life and was like, we're going to make your dreams come true. And then here we are. And it's absolutely mind-blowing.
Word for word.
Yeah.
Like,
No, but like,
Well, it's really daunting, though. I mean,
Yeah.
where do you start out as an artist? You know, and if you want to get your stuff out there, or if you don't, you know, some people don't. And of course, yeah, for every song that you write that you share, maybe there are 10 of them that you don't share because they're personal and this and that.
there's
You know.
definitely some songs like that that I have. But
And you go out there and, yeah, for sure, you know. And that could change over time. You know, something that you don't want to share now becomes something that maybe you share down the road.
Yeah.
Or it's just something that you creatively needed to, you know, work through and create, you know, and for yourself, you know. But,
yeah.
it's all very cool. This is so exciting. Thanks. Normally I would be like, one more song. Wow. You want to do it? You can do it if you want. I won't. You don't have to. You can say
wanna
no.
do another song?
You can say no, or
Yeah.
you can say yes. Yeah.
I think we're good.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, very cool. Well, I appreciate it very much. Thanks for tuning in to tonight's episode of the Midwest Music Hour. It's Hannah Wallace and Sam Ness
Thank
here
you.
from the Bertsch Barn. Appreciate you all being here.
Oh, shoot. Before we sign off, I'm sorry. I just saw a comment come up on the YouTube.
Oh, yeah?
And the YouTube, there's a band out of South Carolina called My Girl, My Whiskey and Me. And I met them the night that I got
no
this
way.
shirt.
No way!
So if you guys are still watching, the 6 and 20 distillery
20.
from South Carolina, I don't know what made me wear this shirt tonight,
Oh,
but
that's
sending
pretty wicked.
big love out to you guys.
Oh, man. Talk about that, right? Kismet, what do they call that? Serendipity?
Yeah. Yeah.
Far out, man.
Big love.
The
sending
universe
out.
is just
Yeah.
sending all sorts of good stuff your way, man.
Sure is.
Far out. Well, all right. Yeah, we didn't have that. I don't know. It was one of those things I went over. You know, sometimes you get that chat window up there, and now we're talking about like people on the internet, and it's almost like an interruption sometimes. You know, it's
Sorry
cool to
about
say
that.
hi to. No. No, it's way cool when they're actually saying stuff, and it's like, you know,
Yeah.
adds to the whole experience, as opposed to something that doesn't. Now I'm digressing.
Sorry, if you want to do like an official what they said. If you do want to do an official sign off, I won't interrupt you this time.
It's all going to get edited later anyway. So
Those guys are so wonderful. I've sad to say that we haven't been able to chat much lately. I haven't been able to make it down.
oh, no way.
I've been inspired by them so much. They have a fantastic record out. The Olive Branch Silhouette song on their record is. If you guys like mandolin and guitar and just big heart, check that one.
I mean, is there a possibility that they would want to, I don't know, wander north?
Hey guys.
Oh, see what I did there?
Hey guys, come on up.
Might
Come
have
on
a,
up here.
I don't know, are they a big band? Do they have lots of people?
There's like 2 of them.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you know, I got spots
Well,
for
3
two.
of them now since
Oh.
I've been down there. The 2 of them are married, and now there's 3 of them. It's cute. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
If they ever get a wild hair, want to wander north,
Yeah. Come on up, guys.
come check it out. Awesome. Well, hey, Hannah, I really appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for sharing your music. Sam, thank you for being here, and thanks for sharing Hannah with all the rest of us.
Thanks
You
for
know?
having you. Like me. Us.
Absolutely. Quite welcome. All right. Everybody out there, stay safe, be well, take care of yourselves, take care of one another, and we'll catch you on the next episode of the Midwest Music Hour. Thanks to 91.7 FM, WXPR Rhinelander, for airing the programs, and thanks to everybody for your support of this endeavor. Appreciate you all very much, and we'll catch you on the next one. Good night.